for a night like tonight, not a lot of traffic. It is holding some back just due to its slow speed. It'll pull out to a wider shot, and you can see how those cars are having to be held back due to the pursuit going slower than normal traffic. And that's something we don't usually see on our freeways here, especially this time of night. But luckily, some pretty open freeways, so we're not seeing any possible erratic driving from the driver trying to evade traffic. But now jumping into that number one fast lane there. The California Highway Patrol leading this pursuit right now. It started in the Riverside Division. Now the Santa Ana Division has taken over this pursuit. And that's one of the beauties of what the California Highway Patrol can do in these pursuits, is they can kind of leapfrog from jurisdiction to jurisdiction where those officers are fresh and they know their territory. And so that's what we're seeing here as this continues. It is a bummer, that's for sure, for those drivers here on the 91 freeway who are probably just trying to get home or to their next destination tonight, and now they're stuck behind traffic. I can tell you this morning on my drive-in, I got stuck behind a large traffic stop on the freeway, and it added quite a bit of a delay to me. It looks like we just saw something got thrown out of the vehicle as this car continues in that number 2 lane. It looks like we are. We're getting off at about Beach Boulevard here in the Buena Park area. This is the first time we've seen it get off the freeway since we got overhead. But a spike strip is an option. A pit maneuver, especially at these speeds, starts to become a reality. And now it's just a moment where those officers can kind of put that into effect if they get that permission. But like we've talked about before, pit maneuvers can be a little delicate in their use. If they know something about this driver that we don't, they're going to try to keep the officers and the public safe, and they might prevent that. U-turn here at Orangeport and Beach, and it looks like we're coming up to a stop. And nope, here we go, continuing on. We can't even see the driver much. And it looks like the actual sunshade is up, and just peeking through that driver, or through the windshield there, just missing that curb as they are trying to merge onto the freeway. But it looks like now we're going to be still kind of avoiding the freeway here, southbound Beach from the 91 now, and we'll just have to continue to watch what this driver suspect does as we continue southbound. But you can see that sunshade up in that driver window blocking all the view other than what looks like a little hole to the left for that driver to see, and that might explain some of those erratic driving. But a very dangerous situation now that we're on those surface streets going at these speeds with that erratic driving. Coming up on a red light, we'll see what happens here. And now we're at La Palma, and slowing down for the light, stopping at the light, holding a little bit back, which is interesting. And we'll just have to see what happens here. So very interesting situation here. CHP right on the suspect's tail right now. That driver still disobeying their command for him to pull over and yield. And now we're still continuing southbound Beach. And this is going to be Knott's Berry Farm that we're passing right now. The air unit as well as the ground units are having a struggle seeing inside that vehicle as well. So that makes you wonder what that suspect's maybe trying to hide with putting that sunshade up. It's a very strange choice, especially at night. But now we're stopped here again on Beach. And this is going to be the 4th time the suspect has done this, but back door open, so we must have a passenger in the vehicle. We're going to hold a little wider of a shot just to see what happens, and it looks like the passenger's getting out and the driver's going to continue. So the primary unit in the pursuit is going to continue on that pursuit. we had at least one other person in the vehicle. We'll see if there are any others. Usually if there's someone in the back, there's bound to be a passenger in the front as well. But still very erratic movements by this driver, stopping and going. But the time's on the officer's side. They're not going anywhere. They can get more units if they need to. And then when this pursuit comes to an end, they have the position of advantage, and they have the ability to wait out the suspect till they get out of the vehicle. This could take the driver all the way down to the ocean if they continue on this path. And that would take a while, but it doesn't seem like this driver is really worried about going too fast anywhere at those low speeds, that's for sure. But you see 3 units still in this pursuit. Another unit was, I'm sure, stopped and picked up that passenger. And what they can do with that passenger now that they have that passenger detained is kind of get a better idea of what's happening in that vehicle, what the state of the driver is, why they're running, what might be the reason, why they could get him to stop, or how they could get him to stop, something like that. And I'm sure the city of Anaheim is well aware of this pursuit coming through their jurisdiction, and they're probably responding to the area to assist, say the driver gets out and runs. Now the driver, looks like they're going to be holding out a piece of paper or a sign. That window coming down for the first time, it almost looked like they're holding up a license plate. And now that I look at the vehicle a little closer, Mike and Cher, that vehicle is missing a rear license plate. So while we don't know the exact one, other than that the vehicle was being stopped for or a failure to yield, it looks like the license plate's missing, and it's just been tossed from the vehicle. So all those different things that are thrown from the vehicle are picked up by the officers in the pursuit as they are evidence. So there's going to be an officer that stops and picks that up as well at beach at about Cerritos now, coming into Stanton. Doors open and doors closed again. It's hard to say from this view, Cher, but if we continue forward here when we can, yeah, we'll try to see. But just from, like you said, Cher, you have a bigger monitor than me, but I think that it's still there. So that driver's just peeking through that top left corner of the windshield to view the roadway, which is very, very dangerous. You lose all your peripheral vision. You can't see cross traffic. You can't see pedestrians. And that's really very, very dangerous, especially on these more busier roads that we see down here, like Beach Boulevard, here at Catella, which are both very, very well-known intersections here, or streets here in Orange County. You can see that officer that was stopping traffic, that's called Code 100. Micah, we just, sorry, Cher. We just saw a spike strip be deployed, so we'll see if that made any impact on the suspect vehicle. But that spike strip was deployed. That officer pulling it away before those CHP units were able to run over it as well. Hazards on here as we continue southbound Beach through about Lamson now, but it did look like that vehicle did run over the spike strip. We'll have to watch those tires as this pursuit continues southbound. Very slow speeds down in the 20s again. This would actually be that kind of prime territory for a pit maneuver, spinning a little bit there as we went into that driveway, and that could be the loss of traction from those spike strips that we saw earlier. We haven't heard or nothing's been confirmed about a successful spike strip. Looking at those tires, they still look pretty inflated, but now we can't see that driver's side, so maybe there's something going on there. But now into a shopping center here in the Westminster area. We'll see what happens here. And this is a very dangerous situation as well, Mike and Cher, because now you're putting shoppers and other individuals in danger who are just trying to stop and get their groceries for the evening. But now onto the sidewalk, going into Walmart here, and it looks like suspect white with green pants running into that suspect, or into that Walmart there with a black beanie. But the CHP have a good description of that suspect right now. Walmart is sure to have cameras, and what they'll end up doing now is set up a perimeter around this Walmart here, and then look for that suspect on those cameras and apprehend him. Yeah, now they're setting up that perimeter, Mike and Cher. They have units that are surrounding the Walmart building here. You can see that, well, it looks like to be an employee from the store talking to those officers there, but I'll pull out to a little bit wider of a shot for you, and you can just see all of those Code 3 lights and sirens around the Walmart right now. And what they're going to do is check all those doors, the different exits, the emergency exits that the shopping center is going to have, and prevent anyone from leaving those, because that is a good option for a suspect who's trying to escape. You can see multiple police agencies here, both CHP as well as the local agencies, even a canine unit here detaining the suspect at the corner of Trask and Descanso here, and it looks like we're right at the Westminster Gateway Mall, right off of Beach, 13,300 block of Beach.